Welcome back, traders. Neo family, how we doing, guys? The casino is breaking open, and Neo seen a beautifully green day already, up 4.16% off of the news from inflation, right? Inflation fell 3.5% in June, slowing more than expected from the 4.2. This is huge, right? Because you could talk about rate cuts instead of rate hikes, and I think that's what's driving this move forward. But additionally, guys, we have deliveries up every single month now on Neo freaking stock. Huge, right? Every single month you're seeing more and more growth from this thing. And potentially, right, the more you drive top line revenue growth, you're going to drive profitability as well. And I think that's something that could be definitely stated here from this move. So you saw a little bit of a breakout of, and this is the better case scenario, traders. I just want to make sure I make that clear. The better case scenario playing out on Neo stock today, right? From the breakout, this gap up 4% gives you a technical profit target of this move from the descending triangle upwards of 555 to 560. Now we know 560 very well. 560 is a very, very important horizontal resistance and support on the stock. You tapped it back here pretty much perfectly. So running it back to 560, let's just make sure everyone knows 560 is a monumental test. And I think the biggest thing from this, traders, is you avoid this potential bear flag, right? Look at that profit target. We did not want to see that whatsoever on Neo stock. And Neo stock has been seeing a beautiful day so far, genuinely. So I'm excited for what's to come here. You're back above the uptrend, which is also significant if you can hold, right? This little bear trap here, potentially, right, leading to what could be the bottom on Neo. After seeing this double bottom formation and then this kind of double bottom formation along that uptrend, it's fascinating to see that you're back above this trend line as you saw. A break above this RSI band, right? So that was bullish behavior from the get-go, a retest and then a retest, and now you're above the 50 line. That's huge, right? That is what caused technically this massive move up 4% today. So we have room to grow all the way until 530 is your first horizontal resistance from this rejection here. So expect some hesitation right around 530, break that and you're going into 560, break that, you're a straight line all the way up to 614. In doing so, you would fill this gap left at, what is that, 597 before hitting this resistance line. Now, I have it set up on Webull, but something I wanted to cover was this very kind of U-shaped accumulative structure here on the bottom. Now, this could be your bottom, right? Not taking that away. The volume has been absolute piss poor. It's been trending down for the last 3 to 4 months. As you continue to slide here, we have said every single time, right? You've come into these volume slides down. Look at what happens when you break it, right? Typically, you see a pop, and then you'll see price kind of make that bottoming before seeing the volume pick up, and then the candles absolutely run like crazy. You're doing something similar, right? You're seeing a pop on the weekly above your previous 1, 2, 3, 4 candle closes. So a whole month engulfed by this current close right now. If you were to close the week today, which of course you don't, you still have a long week ahead of you. But the bullish thing here is, and the important thing is, you're starting to get the MACD on the weekly time frame to curl up. Now, this happened back in March on Neo stock, and look what happened, guys. A 22.5% week, and in totality, right, your run from open to close of this MACD cross ran 60 freaking percent, right? 60% takes you out of this downtrend. And that is where I think the fun begins on this thing. That is truthfully where I think that this thing can come all the way back up to 711 or 771, and then really start to break out and test your previous highs on this thing. because it's no coincidence to me that you have a volume downtrend alongside this downtrend, alongside this MACD curling up. That is showing that the bulls are coming back to play, baby. And it's very exciting. It's a very, very exciting thing. Now let's just look at very quick a potential scenario, right? So you did something very similar back here and back here, in which you broke out of these bullish formations, right? You had a little bit of a descending triangle here as well. Let's just kind of draw it up, just to give you guys some technical correlation here to what I think NEO could do in the short term, right? Exact same formation here after seeing a big downslide. You saw this thing pop, right? You tested the previous death cross, and then you came all the way back down, made a little bit lower low. Same thing, right? You're forming this bottoming structure. You gapped up here and you're going into a death cross. It's possible you test it, the 50-day EMA right at 529, and then reject, fill that gap, kind of make a higher low or a bullishly divergent low, and then sometime in the middle to end of July, right, is when I'm expecting this to happen. You see another move and you get back above your previous EMAs. That, in my opinion, is the most likely scenario, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but I do recognize that this thing trades kind of similar, right? You're doing the exact same thing, breakout of a technical formation, gap up off the breakout, and then you're coming into the exact same scenario, right? So you have the opportunity to make this move. NEO stock, in fact, and this is a shout out to whoever posted this, NEO today, go follow him. Every summer, NEO stock skyrockets, right? Looking at 2023, plus 60%, 2024, plus 60%, 2025, 122%. Coincidence? Hell to the no, right? Tax incentives can be one factor as they push customers to buy before scheduled reductions, right? That's just an example. And looking at your last summer, look at this freaking run, right? Started in July off of a breakout of a technically bearish, formation, right? This descending triangle, technically bearish, absolutely ripped, right? And what it ended up being was an Adam and Eve double bottom. In case you guys are not aware, Adam and Eve double bottoms are when you make a sharp V-line down retracement alongside a more U-shaped accumulative structure. What did you do? You take that move, right, to the first, and you put on your breakout. And where did that take you? Directly into your profit target. You then flagged out, right? This is just me taking you through every step of the move. You flagged out. And what did you do? You saw the exact same move replicated, because that's what bullish flags do. And it took you directly into your last profit target. This is impressive stuff, right? You saw that flag out, take you directly in to your freaking top, right? So NEO stock moves very, very cyclically, and ignoring that would be a disservice to you guys, right? So I am in belief that you are in the process of making your bottom on NEO stock, and that is what I believe is the most exciting thing right now, right? All of this crappy price action finally coming into an end, and your target to beat, right? What you want to break above is this currently 560 territory, right? Breaking above 560 breaks this downtrend in resistance and hopefully flips it as new support before you go and make that $7 move, guys. Now that is just on the daily. Let's talk about the monthly really quick, because you're still in your inverted head and shoulders formation, guys. And I think that this is truthfully the most exciting thing about NEO. I know I say exciting a lot, but this is what I'm absolutely jacked about. And it happens exactly where you expect it to happen, in my eyes. When retail is exhausted, is absolutely the most bearish on this thing I've ever seen retail be. And that's right now, right? All I see on Twitter, all I see on YouTube is, gosh, this stock sucks. I hate holding it. I can't believe I held it this long. Right? But in that wake, right, you see this shoulder, head, right shoulder, and you remain in a volume downtrend, right? In my opinion, not financial advice, a huge move is brewing on NEO stock. Because when you see these volume downtrends come to an end on the monthly freaking time frame, let alone the quarterly time frame, right? Look at how perfectly on the quarterly time frame that this thing is seeing volume depleted outside of the stock as you come to a possible finale on what is this shoulder, head, right shoulder. That is what gets me up in the morning. That's what gets me excited. This is why I love trading charts, because you have a lot of technical confluence on this chart, right? Volume downtrend, quarterly MACD crossing up, potential bottoming reversal signal here in the inverted head and shoulders, and you're forming a bottom on the daily. That is exciting, guys. And we called the exact same thing on AMC, right? You saw a quarterly MACD cross brewing. You saw volume depleting, and then you saw a 300% move. The exact same thing could happen on NEO. So for all you guys holding, all you guys in the dumps, I just want to say I am here for you guys. I want to make sure I cover NEO more often, especially coming into the summer, right? Because we know NEO sees its biggest moves going into the summer. So make sure, guys, slap the subscribe button, hit the like button, because I want to do NEO more often. NEO stock is an absolute sleeping giant. And until next time, traders, God bless each and every single one of you. And remember, guys, the best is yet to freaking come. Let's go. Woo!